Hello and welcome to Efficient Strategy Gaming. Today we're going to be playing Panzer Corps 2 on Generalismus mode, so let's get into it. As you can see, we are in Moscow right now, and basically what the general at the beginning of the scenario said to do was take all the red provinces and then go for these kind of secondary objectives in the dotted lines here. Okay, so let's start off and see what we have up north here. That should fall pretty easily. I probably could have hit that less hard. We've got this T-3440 that we need to encircle and kind of just suppress. Let's get a Stuka over here for him. I kind of want to get this Sukhoi Su-2 off the map because it's so useful to the enemy. And if you guys are just joining the series, what we're doing here is we're kind of on the max base setting. You can turn the settings up higher. And what we're trying to do is get the USA East Coast victory. So it's going to be a tough one for sure. Let's see where we can. This guy really can't do anything too impactful. Let's, since it's snowing next turn, let's move him over here. Because we're going to need to come over here and take all those provinces. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting little thing that we're going to do here. I need to set up the tanks in a way that I can get an encirclement on this tank right here. Okay, can move all the way up there, that's fine. See if he tries to move out a little bit. Just pop him with the bigger tank there. Nice. Okay, so got the overrun, no prestige. Probably because there are no prisoners, you know. There's nothing to garner prestige from. And then we're going to start moving over to these provinces. See what we can do. Okay, this guy can either get out of the way. He can come down and attack him. So if I replace him, he's still in a vulnerable position. Let's see if I can just get him out of the way. So even if I replaced him, they would come down and just do a ton of HP damage to me anyway. I think that this guy's a little more safe. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think I have a different move there. He can get supported by the Stug. Okay, I knew that was going to happen. And then let's get these guys out of harm's way. Is that going to turn it into a truck? No, thank you. No, sir. Okay, so we're going to lose the province right there, the town. But it'll be okay. So this guy can fire back at me. I'm just going to wait for the encirclement to do its thing. Okay, so this is interesting. I can split him, go both ways there. Okay. Actually, I'm pretty happy with this. So he can't move. I'm not happy with it. I should have attacked the artillery first. Squeeze this guy in here so he can't move around inside the pocket, and he'll surrender quicker that way. Knock on wood. Perfect. And we can't keep this bunker in our back territory because it is stopping between these two bunkers. They're going to stop supply into the city. So we do actually have to address this. So I was playing this earlier. I have played ahead on this. And basically, my idea was to make Moscow a huge encirclement, but the devs have already planned for that and set the trap for you. There's massive tank counterattacks on either side of you. So the Stukas are essential. I mean, it might be nice to have some 88s, but how can you bring them up quick enough, I guess? And see, now on the snow turn, none of the Stukas can move. I'm just going to start off by replacing all the aircraft before I forget to do that. So AA gun, or sorry, AT gun here, and 2 tanks here, and like 3 or 4 tanks over here. Oh, man. This is a really tough scenario. So we can move him over. He's going to be instrumental in a huge encirclement that we could do over here. It's surprising how well this split artillery works as well. Okay, we get the encirclements, so it's going to be easier to attack into those areas. This guy needs to get refitted. Okay, that went a little sideways. We'll get this guy back at our own time, on our own time. And then everyone's going to make a big encirclement here to the south. The AI typically doesn't pop out too far, so we should be okay here. I'm going to wait for Stukas. Let's just refit everyone. He can't refit, so I'll have him attack. Yeah, doesn't do anything. Then we can start moving these guys in. Ooh, a 14 width right there. Okay, so this guy can come down and really make his day pretty horrible. Let's try to move up like that, see if that doesn't help. Having this extra body in the way. And we'll just replace everything else. And pass the turn. Got 25 turns. I'm probably going to be using all 25. And I think the key to this scenario is just keeping a cool head and not moving up too fast. You got to be really just tedious about how you move on this map. Obviously can't see any of their air force. Could take him out if I wanted to. This guy can just rip through here. It's going to be an overrun, I think, unless the forest... Shoot, the forest. Gosh, what a nightmare. Jeez. Okay, let's see if he can't take him out. Nope. Oh, okay, so he's out. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Okay, that was a pretty good surrender. Okay, there's no one down here, so we can just get down there as quick as possible. See if this guy wants to attack any of my forces here. And just get everyone into position. Okay, so we're free to move over here. We know that there's going to be a Soviet counterattack over here. It looks like all this stuff, all this territory over here is frozen. So that's going to make it easier for us to move. Okay, so if he moves on to the frozen lake, he can attack there next turn. Man, what a nightmare. I guess I can move him up. Could threaten a little bit more. He can't move through that line. I don't know, that might be okay. That might bite us in the butt. We'll see what happens. Is the fort fully suppressed or can it attack? Oh boy. So far, this is kind of a prestige negative map. Probably about negative 500 prestige. Someone did come out of the fog of war after all. Let's see if he wraps. Okay, that was well worth. He's going to go after the Stug. Wow, impressive. That didn't seem fair. God, he just went straight through the brush over here. It's crazy. Okay, so now we've got cloud cover. Okay, let's tighten the noose here. Gonna have guys crash down. Get that sweet, sweet prestige. And then stay on the move. Okay, these guys gotta be toast this turn. Let's see what happens. Okay, perfect. We're not going to be able to contend with these two tanks, and there's probably an infantry right here. So I'm not sure how we're going to proceed. Just staying, keeping everyone healthy, full HP. This was pretty nice, all the prestige I grabbed down there. God, we can't even do damage here. Oh, that guy decided to come over here. Let's get another Stuka in range to attack these guys. I took those fighters away and now this guy appears. That was a big mistake. So I guess we're just going to have to take whatever he gives us. No choice about that. I would expect a massive counterattack over here. And we have no way of taking that province. That would have been nice XP. Or prestige. Let's get the Stug involved. And then we really need this guy on the other side of the map. I think this is kind of a bad move on the part of the AI, moving this guy onto the river, but I'm not sure that he takes negative bonuses since the river was frozen. I'm not sure how that works out there. Oh, maybe he should take out the AA, probably. Okay, so they can get this guy in here at any time. And then we'll see what happens over here. I think that they're just going to obliterate us over here if they're able to move all their tanks out. Who knows what's happening in the fog of war over there. Jesus. So that part of the tank is going to die for sure. I don't know if that moved that guy closer to me. I think I have one fighter over here. I'm not sure. Maybe I took them all out. It's a big mistake on my part. Yeah, so this guy's probably going to die. Where's the other 20 tanks? Oh, you're supposed to go into the city, man. Okay, that wasn't bad. We can do this. Wow. Sunny does 4 damage to him. Still not enough. Just a scratch. Okay, in Panzer Corps 2, the artillery is actually able to take down the victory points. I don't think that was the case in past iterations of Panzer Corps. As I always tell you guys, the sequencing is everything, and it's your army composition is everything. So moves that are made before you even start playing the scenarios is very important. And over here, the mix of foot infantry and infantry that could use roads was crucial. You wouldn't want all your infantry to have trucks because their mobility would have been severely reduced in this situation and a lot of situations. It would be nice to engage this pioneer here. So let's have this guy attack. And then if I hit shift left click, they would exchange, but I don't quite need them to do this. He can just stay there, actually. It's okay. And let's see if I can't get the artillery involved. Okay, and there is an artillery back here as well. So we need to bear that in mind. So the question is, do I take this out or not? With the information that I have on the board, it doesn't look like it's going to be well worth it. Okay, so we have one Stuka. Oh, but he could do some pretty decent damage over here. Oh, shit. I didn't know that was going to happen. Okay, so that AA gun is completely suppressed. And, okay, here's... That's a really excellent attack. I should just leave this fort alone, to be honest with you. That's what we're going to do. See how far we can move these guys into the city. I mean, because there's supply through here, hypothetically, we don't have to attack this guy either. If I can just take this VP. Huh. I could shift everyone over here. Oh, and we can get over here. If I get air superiority, that's going to be the best. Let's rebase this guy over here. Oh, and he can attack this guy. Perfect. Oh, that is so good. Okay, so there's an AT unit here. I could take him out completely, or I could come over here. Let's see if I can't get another shot on this guy. So just by rebasing him, he's able to fly over there and attack him on the way over. What I want the enemy general to do is to resupply the air units, thereby soaking away all of his XP. So that is a little bit of a strategy that you can use. Because it's way more annoying when they start buffing, like, say, tanks, for instance, in this situation where I don't have good piercing. A little worried about this guy. He's pretty compromised. We'll see what happens. So this guy could technically come over here. Stugs in the city are not going to do too well. We could just make this a whole big blind spot here and then just infiltrate this way and just ignore this line. Now I'm hoping no one comes out of the fog of war and hits him. It looks like we can see everyone. Is that artillery? SU-52, that's got to be artillery based on the gun that's on the back. I don't think anyone can. So as you'd expect, there's no armor in the city. Kind of makes sense. Been using this aerial view a lot more because you can see who's attacked and who still has movement. And I'm liking that aspect a lot better. I don't really want to hang out on this river tile, but I do want to encourage them to move to the river tile. So hopefully they'll do that. And then, as I told you, I found a huge pocket of armor over here. Wow, he could take a pretty nice pot shot, but just save him. Slow and steady wins the race. It's definitely not my playstyle. My playstyle would probably be to encircle all of Moscow, but I know the tank traps that they set up. And the devs have really used terrain to their favor, as they should, because the tanks are on the flat ground in the open, out of the cities, out of the towns, and the tank traps are just waiting there. So they have full mobility, full firepower when they come at you. So what we kind of have to do is, since basically drive them into the city, use the river lines to our advantage if we can. We take this, maybe the tanks have to come in. I'm not sure. Not sure what the AI behavior is. This guy's done. This guy's just sitting here. This is awesome. So effectively, I could use this guy as recon. Wow, that was dangerous. Okay, but we discovered these guys over here. And sure enough, they're replenishing that bomber, just as I wanted them to. Let's get him over here and take out the fighter. It looks like they're only going to replenish one of the others, so the fighter is useless. There's no reason to keep him around. Can this tank just come up and tap him? Yeah. Cannot do anything, so we're just going to take the Stuka, have the Stuka take him out. And they have other armor that they could commit, as well as this AA. I'm not sure that they'll commit the AA, but I guess we'll find out here shortly. Don't really have anyone else. If I drive this guy onto the river, though, that would be really good. See if I have some help. Well, looks like we do. I have no way of reaching this guy. This could be a huge mistake, guys. God, I just drove that guy back and back and back. It really didn't help me that much. There we go. Yeah, I think the ticket is to figure out what forts you're actually wanting to take and concentrating on them. That's a 0-0. Gee. Okay, so he's fairly well encircled. I'm liking this swarm strategy, just going for their VPs. And then the two Stukas down here, that was really good. This is definitely what I like to see. I don't think there's any way you can win this without looking ahead, by the way. I don't think that there's one way to do it. I guess if I thought about it long and hard, I could surmise that there was going to be a huge tank battle over here. But we're in Moscow. I guess I wouldn't expect a huge tank battle behind Moscow. if that makes any sense. Like, but they could be coming from the Urals, right? All the tank factories that were moved to the Urals. So I guess I just had never heard of that historically or anything. So that's probably why it's so surprising. This is going to be... Oh, man. This is going to get really tricky. Not going to put these guys on rivers. When the tanks come across, they can hit the cavalry up pretty nicely, but he has no room to maneuver. Putting him over there is a huge mistake. Getting this guy anywhere near that anti-tank gun is a huge mistake. It looks like I'm going to have to combine these guys. Oh, wow. It's probably a mistake since there's an anti-tank gun there, but we'll see. And then... Okay, we got an encirclement on him. I'm just envisioning this huge swarm of tanks coming across and just smacking me. Oh, why did I do that? It worked out. Okay, we're going to stop there. I'm not going to press my luck. This side of the map's looking nice, though. Oh, nice. They're going to attack into this tree line here. That's perfect. Okay. No air support, so we're not going to be able to move forward. I'm pretty much dependent on this air to take these out. The airbase doesn't matter either because of the weather this turn. I can't move these guys at all. Let's make sure to replenish the Air Force here. I think they're the one thing that I have going for me is that air superiority that they give me. What is this? Is that a glitch? That's tripping me out. So he should have gone back here. I'm just sitting here thinking like, okay, these guys aren't in a pocket anymore. I could put him out there, but I think he's gonna die. Let's concentrate him. See if we can't get the surrender right there. Perfect. Guess they're red anyway. That's going to be very expensive counterattack for me. See. It's hard sometimes to get those encirclements. And then bypassing this guy is really going to give me fits here. Okay, as long as he moves off. Perfect. We can move everyone in. Please die. Oh no. Okay, good. He surrendered. Oh, because he's on a river? He's not on a river. I don't know why he surrendered. Because he's an artillery piece. That's fine. I'm fine with that. See if we can't get this going. I don't think that he can move out to there. Perfect. The Stug can operate serviceably well within this corridor as well, because it's a an artillery piece. Therefore, the close combat rating won't come into play. Okay. I think this is enough to supply the city. If it's not, we're going to go for this bunker. And I need to get this guy off of this bunker. Okay, so obliterated their forces in here. This is great. Get this guy over here. I'm not sure I want him over. Okay. It's gonna look really funky. We're gonna go for it though. Oh please. Red suppression, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. They could come around the corner here. Let's try to do that so that they can't take my airbase. That would be really bad. Not sure I can move both of these guys. They could take that airbase. And then my guys have to rebase back here. And then I'm really screwed. So we'll see what happens. Okay, another artillery piece there. Got to remember that. Bunker was not able to do too much damage to me there. That's good to hear. Okay, he surrenders, but that's only one part of the tank group. And then it'll be the same for that guy. Okay, that was good. Oh my god. That was scary. KV-2 used in an indirect fire roll? Wow. It's not even useful. Like replenishing those units. Okay, they didn't take that. Okay. We're alright. Look at this. Okay, good news. We can absolutely obliterate this side of the map because they have no air defense. I think that this airbase is where that fighter came from, though. And the plan was to have that fighter over here, but things got kind of messed up for the enemy. I could suppress this guy. I can't make it. Okay, that was a mistake. I should have split right there. It's okay. Okay, we have his partner. And we crash down. Both. Okay, I'm liking that move a lot. Wow, didn't get the best of that exchange or that one. Should have learned my lesson. Okay, we might have a reckoning to play down here next turn. I don't see a way that we don't take this bunker out. This guy has to have artillery here. Okay, that was pretty decent. Okay, so he's encircled now. Maybe I should have taken out that AA. There's the artillery. So we'll get on the artillery next turn. It's the good news. It's a 10 out of 10 entrenchment. So we got to start prepping over there. He could start infiltrating and sneaking around. We'll see if... Yep, it is a viable option. Just get around right there. Get him in a nice cozy position someplace in there. Stug's gonna be able to do pretty well against that bunker. Okay, so let's end this video here. Try to give you guys a good edit. Don't have all the time in the world, but I'll do the best that I can. So after we take this province right here, and that one, then it moves to the second phase of the game, which are these four right here. I wonder if they're going to get reinforced. I have no idea what's going to happen here. But it's reasonable in 17 turns to do this. And we haven't lost any core slots yet. Good to note. This is getting under control. They still have a few other light tanks over here, I believe. And that AA is looking very ominous. 2 sunny turns, I mean, that's your key, is the air superiority. When the snow comes, replenish. And when the sun is shining, make hay. And I'll just leave you with that. You guys have a good night.